If finishing college is in the back of your mind, we've got the words that just might push you into action. Today's Smart Mom Solutions to help you finally get your college degree. Dr. Susan Madsen is a speaker, an author, and a professor of leadership and ethics at Utah Valley University School of Business, and has spent much of her career working to make it possible for more women to attend college and get their degrees. Tell us why it is so important for women to get their higher education.
It's so important, not just for getting a job, which is important too, whether you work part-time or full-time, but there's so many benefits in terms of just the parent you are, the mother you are, the way that you can serve and help in the community, the way that you can help, you know, in your church and just all over. There's just so many benefits.
And I heard, you may not even know, you probably do know about this, but I heard several years ago that a child's level of education is directly corresponds to the mother's level of education. Is that true?
Absolutely. I've done research on this for many, many years. And so one of the issues we have in the state of Utah is many women feel like they don't need a degree if they're going to stay home with kids. But the research is very clear that actually an educated mother has children that are better prepared for school. They read to their children more, they prepare them for math and all kinds of things. So there's benefits, whether you work outside the home or not. There's so many benefits for getting your degree.
And so you talk about some of the other benefits about being healthier. What are some of the other things that women can look to as a benefit from getting this higher education?
So again, you know, you get better pay and all of those economic reasons, and I talked about parenting, but actually the statistics say, and our research within the state of Utah, the women who have more education are more involved in a leadership way, but just more involved in the community. They donate more blood. They actually take leadership roles in the community. They're more likely to run for public office and those things, but they're more healthy. So women and men who are more educated tend to work out more. They tend to make more healthy meals for their kids. There's always, I mean, there's just so many different benefits. There's hundreds that are associated. And one other thing I'll say, more educated women tend to be less depressed, more resilient, and cope better with life situations that come their way.
You know, Susan, just from life experience, I can see that a lot of women who do have their education tend to feel more confident.
Yes, absolutely.
And a lot of those benefits are, you know, could come just because of a level of confidence you have in yourself, knowing you can do something.
Absolutely.
Going through that. Now, so what are some of the problems, what are some of the hurdles to women going and finishing their degree?
A lot of people put money first, and it is a problem. But I will tell you, in Utah, we have lower costs of college and going to universities than across the country. And so that, but also women tend to, a lot of women have children, and so the child care and the work and family conflicts, they're like, no. But some different mindsets as well that I think we'll talk about in just a second.
Yes, and so you say that's actually one thing you can do is shift your mindset. How do you do that?
Absolutely. One of the things in two different studies we found in the state of Utah is that many women believe they can't, I say they don't lead a life of integration. They don't see a life. So they think, okay, as soon as I'm going to go to college, as soon as I have that first baby, I'm going to drop out, and maybe someday I'll go to school. But in reality, you can continue to go to college, but lots of people they think it's all or nothing, when in reality, you don't have to go full-time. You can slide to part-time, you can go in the evening, you can take online courses. There's just a lot of things that you can do and a lot of options, weekend courses, lots of options, even one class at a time. You know,
and that feels discouraging sometimes, especially when you've kind of had this traditional view of college where it's, I go full-time, you do it in 4 years, you know, everything has to be lined up just so, but there are so many options and so many ways to do it. And to your point, little small things add up, right?
Well, and it also keeps your mind engaged. We have many women in Utah and across the country who suffer and really struggle with some depression, even if it's not chemical. Actually, just taking one class can get you out of that and get you excited.
You out of your shell. Absolutely. Yeah. Now, does it help to dream a little? I mean, you say to explore your options. What's the best?
So many women that I talk to want to wait to even start thinking about it until their kids are all in school or whatever the thing is. You can get online anytime and just, I call it play and dream. Look at any major. Don't just put social work and some traditional women, kind of traditional things that women do, but look at anything and what makes your heart leap? I mean, just dream and look and study and look at the classes, the names of classes, just play.
That's so fun. It's such a great tip, because you can, sometimes in those moments that you need to fill, just get online, and if you love flowers, learn about biology.
Yep,
if you love,
absolutely.
Yeah, great. And then if you're feeling stuck though, I mean, if you are one of those people who's having a moment and you're feeling stuck, how do you get out of that?
Well, I will tell you, you just need to move forward, whatever that looks like. Things like getting on a campus, getting in the field, going to events on campuses. Also, just apply. Now, some people think they've got to wait till their life is perfect until they apply for college. You actually, it's good to go on and apply. It's probably $50 to do that, but as soon as you do, you can actually see what classes, you know, maybe your old year of college from 20 years ago, what counts, what you might have. You don't have to be fully committed to go to college right then if you apply. So just move forward. Go talk to a counselor. Just go on a campus.
And that's part of your idea, that you should embrace the possibilities. I mean, take one step toward those possibilities, embrace those. And then the last thing, you know, is that...
Let me just say one quick thing about possibilities. One of the things that that women in Utah that I've worked with do not understand is you actually, to truly learn and grow, you have to be out of your comfort zone. So you've got to put yourself out there, and that's when you get confidence and grow.
And to your point, so many women would maybe avoid that step because they feel like the odd man out.
Yeah.
You know, maybe they feel like the only one who isn't 21 years old on college campus, who has 3 kids, or, you know, has these things.
I love more mature students.
Yeah,
I love it.
You probably just welcome them with open arms.
But they're so much better students. They think they won't be, but you get them in there within a couple of weeks, their minds start moving, and they have so many more life experiences. But I would say, start talking about the idea you're going to college, because you'll find people in the neighborhood and work, and you'll have people that say, well, if you do, I will. There's online communities, there's support. Just start talking about it, and you'll have people come around you, and you can go. I had spoken at an event a couple weeks ago, and a group of 3 women came up and said, we're going to do it together. We're going to go. We're going to sign up and go together.
This is the way to do it. If people want to know more about higher education or leadership opportunities for women, where would you point them?
Well, we have a couple of projects. One is the Utah Women in Education Initiative, and that's utahwomeneneducation.org.
Okay.
And then I have a Utah Women in Leadership project. We actually have an event tomorrow night on perfectionism for women, on beauty redefined, and some different things. And that website is uvu.edu/UWLP.
Excellent. Thanks so much, Susan. You can find those on our website as well.